Welcome back to the Parenting Podcast from Dubuque, Iowa. A number of years ago, I had a 50-year-old man tell me this. He said, I never learned how to work. And here he went on to say how he had never had a full-time job in all his life. He'd never had an 8-hour-a-day job where and I watched him. This guy had job after job, but he never kept them. He never learned how to work. And he's gone home to be with Jesus now. And you know, in all his life, he really never did accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And he had never learned how to work. And he just never did. And he'd never learned the discipline of working.
Yeah.
And that's the subject that we want to talk to you about, not working, but discipline. Discipline is the thing that really will equip your child to become what they can become, to become the person that God made them to be, and to achieve the things, to obtain the things, to accomplish the things that you want them to accomplish as a parent and to achieve and obtain as a parent.
Yeah.
And it's discipline. So when we talk about discipline, we're not talking about just spanking or something like that. Mm-hmm. We're talking about, because the goal of discipline in a child's life is to enable that child to become all that God has brought them into life to be. Mm-hmm. That's the goal and the value of discipline. It's discipline that enables that to happen, that empowers that to happen. Mm-hmm. What's our verse for this, Joy?
Okay, here's a scripture that would apply to this subject, and it's found in Matthew chapter 7. Verse 24 says this, Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock.
There's a rock. In Proverbs chapter 6, starting in verse 20, it says, My son, keep your father's command, and do not forsake the law of your mother. Bind them continually upon your heart, tie them around your neck. When you roam, they will lead you. When you sleep, they will keep you. And when you awake, they will speak with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light. Reproofs of instruction are the way of life. There's power. That what you read about where Jesus talked about building the house on the rock.
Yeah.
It's doing the word, doing the right thing. It's that discipline in their life of that word regulating their life, so that when they get away from your home, they'll have those skills. They'll have those self-disciplines that will enable them to succeed in life.
Right, and we're not just talking about disciplining our children for wrong behavior.
Right.
But we're talking about helping them to have the discipline to do the right things in life. And so one of the things that you can do when your kids are really little, and probably most of you have thought of this, and maybe you didn't think of it as discipline, but teaching your child to say thank you, to say please.
Yes.
These are disciplines that we instill in our children so that they can be a blessing to the people in their lives. So when they refuse to say thank you or they refuse to say please, then that's when you have to enforce the discipline.
Yeah.
So perhaps you want to just instill in your family, just back that up a little bit, but just to instill in your family that in our home, we say please, we say thank you.
Yeah.
So those are just some first step disciplines that we teach
social
our children.
skills.
Yes. And it's not whether we feel like it or not.
Right.
It's not whether we feel shy today or not. It's that this is what we do because we love people.
Yeah.
We say thank you. So that's just one idea of, to give you an idea what we're talking about discipline.
Yeah. And so we'll expand on this, a little bit more, unpack this a little bit more as we go forward, because this really is what will put the kids over and will help them. It will position them. Not unlike this guy that I mentioned earlier that never became what he could have become because he lacked the discipline to do what was right. he didn't have it in him to even keep a full-time job, not one time in all his life. Man, your kids are more than champions than that. And so let's talk more as we go forward about this thing called discipline.
Yeah.
Have a great week. Remember, you're doing this thing. God gave you these children, and you're their parents, and you're winning in life, and you'll handle this.
You can do it.
You can do it.